Hello, everybody. I don't know if we are going to be a lot, but I will repeat this session or later or maybe another day, okay? So please let me know if sound is okay or if it's too loud. And as soon hello. Okay, sound is okay. I don't know if it's too loud or too low. So please let me know if it's okay right here. So okay, so let's start with a little theory first. I'm gonna explain this first, and then I will read the questions on the chat. But I want to explain first everything. Okay, then I will review the actual the current situation about Bitcoin USD and answer your questions. Okay, so I want to uh, join the session about support and resistance area and trend lines because I think it was too short to do only one issue, and because the the trend lines was also voted, I prefer to join both. Okay, so first of all, okay, so I think it's okay. The PowerPoint slideshow where I explain support and resistance are points on a chart where the probabilities favor a stop or even a reversal in the prevailing trend. What it means is when we are in a bull trend and we approach to a resistance area, it's probable that the trend stops or even reverses. When a particular support resistance level is violated, you need to look for the next one up or down. I mean, if you if a bull trend faces a resistance and breaks it, then you need to look to the next resistance immediately because you need to anticipate what is the next level, the price to stop to improve your trading strategy. Okay? Then you need to understand the key concept that supports become resistance and resistance becomes supports. So when a resistance is broken, becomes then a support, and when a support is broken, became then a resistance. So what makes a support and a resistance? There's qualities or characteristics that you need to understand to to understand what is a resistance or what is a Okay, I'm going to change my. Okay. Okay, so it's working for you, the sound and the picture. Please let me know because I'm stopping and I don't know if it's working. And okay, so as I was saying, you need to understand or estimate what are the next support and resistance levels in order to decide what are the best price levels to enter or exit your trade. Okay, the characteristics are: first one, very easy, very easy. Okay, round numbers. Why round numbers? You need to understand that not only in crypto but also in stocks or the forex, people you need people is the market. So people usually enters and exits in a round number. For example, let's say one trader or one stock investor buys something at 5 whatever, and he puts the target at 10. This is very psychological. Seems to be a silly thing, but it's it's usual. Or for example, in crypto now, it's 7,200. Those are areas you need to see, you need to pay attention because are important because people try to exit over there or enter over there. For example, I want to enter Bitcoin when it touches 6k, so that's why 6k became a good support, and not usually it's around 6k. It's not like 5,927. Usually normal people enters and round figures even if they are investing in long term. Okay, so round numbers, first characteristic. Second one is previous peaks and previous valleys. Previous peaks and previous valleys are areas of support and resistance. Why? Because usually they are previously a peak and resistance and support area. So as long as it's not broken, it's a good support or resistance area. The next question, the next characteristic is the trend lines and the moving average. There are tools used by traders, and support trend line or resistance trend lines are areas of support and resistance. Also the moving average. I don't care if it's a simple moving average, if it's exponential moving average, or weight moving average. Usually there's one that works better in different time frames, but the concept is that moving average and trend lines are areas to pay attention at as a support and resistance levels. The next one is emotional points on charts. Like for example in Bitcoin, 10k or 20k in this case, or 6k are points of great interest, emotional interest in the history of Bitcoin. Okay? And the next one I like a lot is the Fibonacci retracement points. The Fibonacci retracement points, classical ones, I mean 0.236, 0.382, 0.5, 0.618, and 0.786 are areas of interest, of support and resistance. We need to use those things, from the first one to the last one, to draw our supports and resistance levels or areas. One important thing is that you don't need to fix the support and resistance in one to the dollar. I mean, usually are areas, not prices. Okay. So this is the 5. It's pretty easy. Hi, very easy, but it's very important. Okay. The next one is the significance of support and resistance area. Okay. Is this is if this support is very big or is weak support or weak resistance or weak support. Okay. So the more times a zone has been able to stop or reverse a price trend, the greater its significance. You understand what it means. If prices touches 4 times the 7K on Bitcoin supporting that, usually this is very strong is going to reverse the price trend. You can link this concept with the concept of double and triple bottom. Okay. Then the steeper the price move preceding a given support or resistance zone, the greater its significance. That is very easy to understand. If the price touches a support and then the answer from the bulls is a very strong price movement, this support is very, very, very important. And the same on the opposite as a resistance. Okay? Then the greater the trading volume at a given support or resistance level, the greater the importance. It's related to the second point. I mean, the greater the response and the greater the volume, the more important is the support or resistance. Look how I always pay attention on the volume when it's a double bottom, and that's when you understand if the reversal of the stop is over that resistance or support point. Okay, and then anywhere the PA generating the price action generating support resistance, the greater is important. This only means that if you go to a support of 2013 on Bitcoin, probably this support is not a support anymore. Why? Because the traders that buys or sell or bought or sold at that point, they are no more in the market or are in the other entrance or exit. So the newer, the more important. Okay. So that concept is crucial on Bitcoin trading or on trading in general. Okay, so the next point, trend lines. So price usually move in trends. There's the uptrend or bull trend, the downtrend or bear trend, and the sideways or ranking. Okay. So a series of ascending bottoms in a rising market can be joined together by a straight line, upslope straight line. And so can the stops of a descending series of rally peaks, the downlope. You can see at the figure, okay? The support trend line and the resistance trend line. It's very important that a trend line has to connect at least 2 points. It's not, you can't draw a new trend line based only on 1 point and projecting on whatever you want. This is no good. At least 2 points. And generally speaking, the penetration of a logarithmic based trend line is more accurate in reflecting trend reversal than the penetration of an arithmetically based trend line. That's why I always use the logarithmic. Not only because Bitcoin moves so fast, but also because the trend lines are better on the logarithmic scale. And the same concept, support becomes resistance and resistance becomes support. What I mean is that you have to think about the previous trend lines. If a resistance trend line is broken, then you need to look for this support in the same trend line. Okay. And the significance of trend line is a breaking trend caused by the penetration of a trend line result in either an actual trend reversal or a slowing in the pace of the trend. If a support trend line is broken, then this trend stops or reverses, and you need to look for another support trend line or you need to change your trend lines to a resistance. Okay. Characteristics: length. Big trends result in big signals, and small trends in small signals. Okay, if you draw a trend line about from 20 minutes, it's not a big signal. But if, for example, Bitcoin breaks the big trend line we made in the 15-day chart, it's a very big bear signal. Okay, and the same as touches. The larger the number, the greater the significance. If we draw a trend line of about 2 points, only 2 points, there's not a big support trend line. But if there's a trend line that supports 8 times during 5 years, it's very strong. And then the last one that I like a lot, but the steeper, the weaker. So usually penetration of a sharp trend line means continuation and not reversal. It's too easy to break a very steep support trend line. Okay, that's why it's very difficult to keep a parabolic movement, because it's so easy to break that support trend line of a parabolic movement. Oh. So this is the basic concept, but very important. If you know this, you know more or less same as me, but you need to respect these concepts. Okay. And then how to trade the trend lines. This is so important, and it happens in the market a lot of times. Okay. For example, support trend lines. You buy or cover the short after confirming a new touch on the trend line. If you look for the figure A, you need to buy every time a support is confirmed on the trend line. Okay. And resistance, you take profits or short, or enter a short position. Better to short after confirming a new touch on the trend line. Okay, it's the same but the opposite. And trading a breakout, it's the penetration of a trend line. You need to always consider a pullback or a throwback. It's not 10%, but usually price test the trend line broken as a new support or resistance. Okay, and then the price target, when it's a reversal, is supposed to be the vertical distance between the peak in the price and the trend line. You can see on the last figure, you have the A1 is the maximum distance from the peak to the trend line, and then you draw the same from the penetration to the same projection. I mean, so this is the standard breakout trend line trading. Okay, and usually price exceeds that object and then becomes the resistance or support. Supposedly it's the minimum target, but this is very dangerous following by book in the crypto market because it's too tricky. But as a general concept, you need to say that. So this is the concept of the trend line. It's very easy. More things that I can tell to you is that usually when you look for a market reversal, you need usually it's 3 support trend lines are broken in a time frame. I mean, there's the parabolic first one, then another one, and then the third one. And when the third one is broken, the reversal is confirmed. And then the same in the other side. A bear market, when breaks 3 great and less steeper resistance trend line, the reversal is confirmed. Okay, so this is very easy but very important. People usually prefer to study the indicator oscillators, Ikimoki, very complicated indicators, but they don't study the basics of the price action. The trend line and the support and resistance are very important. Then in the future we can study this with the candlesticks, Japanese candlesticks, to anticipate if a trend line is acting as a support or is broken. For example, if you see a hammer with a good volume in a support trend line, you can enter a trade very safe. That's why the first characteristic in the first slicer is very important. The trading volume, the movement on the price, and the importance of the areas. Okay. So that's why I say, for example, when a hammer occurs with a good volume, I can enter a trade in the new direction of the trend or the same direction of the trend. Okay, so let's switch to the live analysis. Okay, I don't know how is my trade, but let's move. Okay, I'm going to start with a very little amount because I don't want to show my account on internet, but I create a two new accounts on BitMEX and on Bybit, and I transfer a very little amount of Bitcoin to do some live trading into it. So if you want to follow me and see, sometimes I will live trade with the small that small amount on on Twitch. Okay, so let's start from the scratch. Let's do it from the my favorite triangle and channel on the 15 days index on Bitcoin. Of course, if you have some questions, please don't hesitate to ask in the chat, please. Okay, so let's move to the analysis. Okay, 15-day. We start from the price action candlestick, so and moving average. So first of all, we have this my favorite triangle that I made months ago, and we've got now the descendant channel with a lowering volume. This has two interpretations. First of all is that this down is a retracement and sooner is going to stop and continue the previous trend. The other interpretation is we still need a big sell-off as a end of the bear market and touching the 5K area. Okay, now this 15-day chart is difficult to understand because we have the 21 moving average on one side acting as a resistance now, and the 15 moving average acting as a support now. So it's very stressed. So a big movement is going to happen the next month. Okay, and then we have the 144 EMA that acted as a strong, very strong support right here with a big 1 month big volume support. Okay, so I suppose this area is now impenetrable. Okay, the 4.4K is impenetrable. Okay, and probably some area here can act as a support in case prices drops over here, for example 5K, 5.5. Then we have here the candlestick, so this area could be good enough to stop even this low if there's a wicks over here. Okay, and then the other resistance level should be 11K or something like that. Okay, but making a higher low here would be tremendously good for Bitcoin and would mean a higher low. This is my first option, a higher low here, and then I continue on the market. Okay, probably to next year, end of next year or something like that, we are touching again the all-time high. This is a high low. Okay, next let's see indicators. We have the RSI that is not telling nothing. Well, it's on the support area near 50, so it's the same that we are telling. And the oscillator is very good for bulls now because we are entering again on the oversold area. If we compare, we have the 2015 and the December and January. This is very bad, but was over here. So this is very good for bulls. So maybe 5k is never touched again, but I can't rule out. And then MACD is on the retrace, but price is not going below zero line, so it's still bullish. Okay, and then again the same of ADXDI is retracing, but still far away from going below the trendy line. So in general it's bull, but you can rule out the lower. What I see is impenetrable right now is this area for me. Okay, so let's move. If you don't have questions, let's move to the weekly that I want to do on this one. So the same weekly is bad at this moment. 55 and 21 EMA acting as a resistance and about to cross, like kind of double bottom and double top. So the same we see, and the volume is low, so probably this could be enough, but I rather want to see more volume. Okay, but it's not bad. I mean, it's greater than this one, and this one was very good. Okay, and the same, we have this resistance. This is not good, so the supports are the same on the 15 day. Then here middle is broken, but I don't think it could be lower, so we need to see if 6,800 is good enough to support and to validate this double double bottom. If we go to the oscillators, then can we see the same support area, previous resistance, now support, and then again, and this in this case price going out from the oversold level. This is very good. Okay, this is very good for bulls after a bullish divergence on the stochastic. Then it's going out from, but can go again here. Why? Because there's no volume supporting this one. And then this is sideways MACD crossing below zero line, but for bulls. So this kind of mixes signals on the higher time frames. So let's switch to BitMEX, not this one. Switch to BitMEX. First the 5 days. Okay, I want to remove all my draws. I think it's okay right now. So let's see. 5 days. We know we got the channel before. There's no big. Here is the big volume this candle, big volume this both candle supporting at this area, and big volume here. Not very big, but big enough to stop this retracement that was with less volume. Okay, and moving average, we have this one supporting, and this is the dangerous one from the to the bulls. Okay, and then again the same. Let's see, we got here the same support area on 36, kind of neutral. In this case, this is what I posted on TradingView. This is not frequent, but this usually means the start of a new bull rally. And then this is the most dangerous thing to the bulls, that this is growing and this is the DI minus dominating the market. So kind of mixed, because this one is also bearish, but the histogram is decreasing, so the powerful of the bearish trend is ending also. Okay, so again kind of mixes in signals, but mostly bull side, because of the support on the EMA, because of the volume, because of the stochastic, and this is only alarms and are not a big bearish signs. Okay, let's move to 3-day in order to do it faster. Okay, I'm reading a question. Do you consider double bottom has good volume in compared to volume moving average? Oh, enough volume to stop the falling EMA on volume. That's it. I mean, this is like not a very strong volume. If you see it as a, let's move to the 5-day, that is better. If you see the 3 candles, you can see in comparison with in the past, this is not a very big volume, but if you see this down, there are only one candlestick, this one, and then was one with greater volume. This was not kind of unhealthy, but what happened? And then this one. So in this one, mostly is the part of the week. If we switch to 3 days, you can see this hammer. This hammer is representing half of the volume, then the other one, and then part of this one is also the rejection. So this is a big volume. And then the important thing in this case is that this down, the continuation after this support, the bear volume is very low. This is when I put all my trades because the volume was very low. Okay, so that's why this volume candle is very good. This is a engulfing candlestick with greater volume than previous one. This is a book engulfing, followed preceding by a hammer with a good volume. So for me, this double bottom was very strong. This double bottom makes me put the 5K scenario in the second place, because for me at this moment this is good enough to continue a trend. Okay, previous to this confirmation, my first scenario was testing 5K, and now it's the second one because of this construction. Okay, so let's continue to the analysis. We were in 3 days. 3-day chart is more or less the same, supporting in this EMA, and these are acting now as a resistance, kind of sideways. This bear volume is not good, and as I discussed, the same. So problems here. We have one problem for Bruce. We have this bearish divergence, okay, coinciding with this bullish. Then we have the ADXDI with a trendy bear again, and then we got this stochastic that was going out from the oversold, but now is going to approach to this area. Okay, this is closing today. So, and we got this crossover, but there's no strength on the crossover and it's far away. So 3 days still makes me think that possibly another down here is going to happen. That's why I'm shorting. Okay, if we go into the daily, we've got the same. We've got this very powerful construction, confirmation, very strong. But at this moment we've got kind of, it's not clear, but it's almost, no, it's not clear. So this is not a bearish divergence, but this is a bearish divergence. Okay, the same as in 3 days. So this is an alarm to be fixed. Then this is sideways still, and the problem comes here also. This is not growing anymore and it's going down at this moment. Okay, Then we've got the MACD that tried to cross the zero line, but the MACD, the histogram, sorry, it's going down, so probably this is not arriving to zero line. They need to relax and then probably going up. And then we have the price action and volume. When we've got now the 21 EMA acting as a resistance, the 45 acting as a strong resistance, and a big rejection over here and over here. And as you can see, the bull volume in daily is not good. So probably this trend line I posted is not going to survive and is going to test these lower levels. Okay, that's why I'm shorting now. Of course, can happen that again goes down, makes a double bottom at 7050 and grows again. But probably it's going to test the lower support. Okay, this is 0.5. This is the 0.5 Fibonacci. So I'm think the 0.618 around this area is going to be tested, or maybe it's going to that level. Bitcoin is very tricky, so I don't, unless I see some volume in the support, I've never would put a long position entry here without looking how it's happening. Why? Because you can catch a falling knife and get wrecked. So I prefer sorting now, exit, and then re-entering after the bounce. Okay, I need to see a very clear bounce to enter a long position at those levels. So this was daily. So here we got the channel now more or less over here, the middle. So this middle could be tested again and even could go lower. I don't think this level, if breaks this one, usually it's going to take a big dip. So maybe this converts to another channel. Okay, maybe this channel is enough. Maybe this channel is enough and goes something like that, or supports over here. Okay, so switch to 12 hours again, and let's see. First of all, price action is the same. Very big volume here. Look this candle. Look this candle. Look this candle. And then there's only one candle that is strong. Then tries, and a big candle. This is for me the key candlestick to think this is the double bottom we need. But then this is only sideways, so that's why I think this is a retracement and comes over here. Then the 21 EMA 55 acting as a resistance in the bear side, so there's still 12 hours in this price action is more bear than bull. Then ADXDI not even in 20, so not in 25, so it's not trendy. MACD after crossing zero, this is very weak for bulls, so easily can go to the below zero line. And then the RSI, we have a lower high, but this is also a lower high, so there's nothing in 12 hours. We've got the big bearish divergence, but we've got the bigger bullish divergence. Okay, and the stochastic is pointing down, so maybe the same. I'm not changing my theory. My first scenario that is going down and then going up. 4 hours. 4 hours. Let's see. 4 hours the same. We've got a big volume here, rejection. We've got a big rejection here. We've got a big rejection here. And we are now below all the EMAs on 4 hours. So if prices can if bulls can drive the price above 7,300 in the next hours, price is going to break the trend line, and this is would be a big a big break because all the bulls that were here is less probable to be here. So probably it's going to go deeper. Deeper, the first area to understand is 7K, but look 7K. This is not very big. So if we go below we got this one. This one can be the first area to consider. This is around 0.618 Fibonacci, and my area of interest is this one. Okay, 6,000. Why? Because we have all the resistance here, 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 and the 0.618 Fibonacci. Below 0.618 Fibonacci, but can go below this one and be to the 0.6786. Could be a good trap over here, but this is not good. The price action is not good for bulls. And then we got the ADXDI crossing and approaching to the, no, this is still sideways. This is not a bearish divergence, a bullish divergence. There's no divergence over here. It's on the support, but it's, they've got, I forgot to draw the channel on the RSI on the 12 hours, but I don't care. This is an area of support, but can break easily and go over here, make a triple divergence, or kind of, no, because this is going below that, so only touching the oversold. And then this is dangerous for bears. That's why I think also that the down is going to be only to the 6,000 plus level. Okay, and then 1 hour, and I think I want to end here and answer your questions. 1 hour price action, bear, also bear, no response by bulls. Good candle here. This candle was because of this trend line. Okay, and this was my trend line. I'm supporting over here now, but I think it's going to be broken. Okay, you know, there's no bull volume here. And then this is very bear, no response by bulls, bear side. Clearly bearish. Here, kind of neutral over there. And when looking to this, we have here a higher high. And we've got here, oh, poor bulls. We got here, this is, but we've got kind of bullish, I don't know, this kind of mixed one, but for me this is clear bearish. At this moment it's bearish for me. Just remember that this is only changes every minute, okay, but this is the probability always. So let's see questions. Please ask what the question you want, please. I like you to asking me questions. I got month. Can you consider 4-hour candle below break as a break of a trend line or higher time frame? This is different daily, for example. This is a very good question. This is difficult to answer. It could be, but you need to look for more signs. I mean, if you just consider a breakout because of the candlestick, you probably are going to anticipate the breakout on the daily, but there will be times that you will be wrong because the breakout will be rejected before daily candle closes, and then it's not a breakout of the trend line, but also it's a support on the trend line. But if you see that the 4-hour candlestick is not responding by any bull, you may consider this is a breakout on the daily. Okay, so for example, let's see some breakout. Let's see some breakout here. For example, let's consider this breakout from here. So this one, no? Okay, I think this is a good. There are good examples over here. So let's say 2 examples. Let's go only to the candlestick. We've got this trend line that you can consider almost head and shoulders. Indeed, if you take this, I think here was head and shoulders. I can't remember, but okay, this one. Okay, and let's say this. Then you need to consider. Okay, let's consider only this one. So September 19. Let's go to the 4 hours. September 19. Okay, so you come here and you see that as soon as the day began, there was a clear breakout here with volume. Okay, so you can consider this as a breakout, but you need to see the whole picture. And you can here, as you can see, there's a lot of candlesticks over here. So okay, if you want to trade this one, you trade over here, but as you need to pay attention and sorry. And as long as you see this rejection, you need to close your trade, because if you move to the to the 1 hour, if you are looking for your trade, you move to 1 hour, and you can see this is a big reaction over here. So at least you need to understand there's going to be a pullback over here. Okay, and then usually happen. And if you switch to the daily again, you can see the price closes finally over the trend line. What I mean is that there was a concept on trading that if on stocks and forex is there more than 2% or 3%, a breakout has happened. But this is forex and stocks. This is crypto. So crypto, I prefer to first of all go over the last support. So that is a support trend line. But there are here a lot of candlestick with good volume acting as a support. So you need to exit here or wait and see what happens. And the same. For example, this one is very strong. This white candlestick with very low volume, closing and rejected by the trend line. This is pretty strong to enter a trade. Okay, this is pretty strong, and you see what happened after. So that's why I prefer to trade the breakouts of the trend line. Not prefer, but it's more safe to trade these candlesticks. But you are going to find less on the market. But this candlestick is a key candlestick. Breakout, response, and can't drive the price over again, and then the big drop. Okay, let's switch to 4 hours to see what happened over there. This is automatic. So you can see reaction. You don't want to enter the trade, in this case, then a good candle engulfing, you scare, and then this one. This combination is lower volume with very low volume with rejection 1 and rejection 2 to the 21 EMA or trend line. Then you've got your double top, you've got your low volume, you've got your trend line is broken, and you enter a trade. Okay, then you can go out here because you consider it's a rejection, but again the same here. Again up with very low volume and candlestick that is bearish. Okay. Let's see more questions. I see if you see this week is sign of bull strength. I don't understand the question. I'm sorry. I see if you see this week is sign of bull strength. Yes. Let's come back again to this because I don't know how is my trade. I don't like to do that. For example, you got the same over here. Okay. So I consider this trend line, okay? More or less, this one. This is the first one. This is the more bias to bears. But you can see this rejection is extraordinary, okay? Then you've got the strength over here, but there is something here that is stopping the bulls. You're approaching to those trend lines. So for me, that was the more or less the same case. This is a very a response. You can consider it was a trap. I exit my position over here. Why I exit my positions over here? Because there was a Fibonacci line and there was a lot of candlesticks here. That's why I put my order, exit order, one of them on 7081, and my exit was perfect. And then look what happened. Price comes again, even going up, and then again drop below this trend line that previously did happen, the very big drop, and then the comeback is very weak, 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 and then we've got not only the trend line, we've got here these powerful EMAs. We've got 1, 2, and 3 EMAs. We've got the second after bulls consuming the power. Now there's no bulls over here. There's no bulls over here. It's going to be again here. I don't think so. Maybe, but I don't think so. Bulls are going to wait over here. Okay, and that's the thing I want to show you. That was a trap, a clear trap, classical on Bitcoin, but it's the same than the other one. The same. That's why you need to you don't need to stress your trade and drive the price till here. You can exit over here because there's going to be bulls, and market is not a very big market, and whenever there's a powerful bulls here, it's going to stop the trend. But look, the power of the bulls is limited now, so bears need to drop the price. When bears try the price to this level and makes a triple bottom, there's not going to be any more bear on the market. Triple bottom with a very big volume, it's impossible any bear is left on the market. That's why I think first scenario is this is the end of bear market. My first scenario is pretty clear for me, but I have more cash in order to buy over here if happens. But this is very strong. The whole structure is very strong for bulls, but this situation now needs to go to this level. I will be surprised if price goes up again, because there's no strength on the bulls. With week 269 at the first breakout. 697. Maybe it's possible. Yes, it's 0 point. It's Fibonacci level, but what I mean is that the attempt to respond by bulls happened already. So next time price goes down, bulls are going to be scared and bears are going to be confident. Okay, that's why I think double bottom or 6.9 is not going to be enough. Going to be at least probably 6.8, but I don't want to catch the bottom, so I'm going to exit at a level, I say 6.8, 6.5 or something like that. Something here, okay? But maybe 6.9 is enough. I don't know. If it's enough, I should close my trade as soon as possible. Okay, so I hope you enjoy this. Please, what is your opinion for a good price to short? Now, depends. Now is a good time to short. I mean, you want to, for example, let's say we short now. Let's say if breaks all this candlestick, well, will be this area. Okay, I'm going to switch to take, let's say 55 not going to be broken. No, it's not going to be broken again. And let's say we chase the price to 6.9. Okay, you've got those 2.21. It's good enough. It's good. Well, 12 hours 21 is not beaten. And better, if you wanna look for a good entry, okay, go to the 15, go to the 5 minutes. Look for this kind of bearish divergence that happens. Here happened, here happened. No, here not happened. Didn't happen. But this is very good. You can wait to the price to make a double bottom, a double top again, or something like that. Enter, and then pursue this price. My entry price is 7,300. You know that, but it's not a good it's always there's a good entry if your plan is good. I mean, the better entry for a short was 7,525, but okay, my price entry is 7,300 and I am 3x sized. Remember, my first entry was below 7,200, but that's why you always need to use the 1 or 2% of your portfolio to trade, because if not, your mistakes, you're going to pay it more expensive. Okay, if I have 100 bets or entries, I can use it whatever I want. If I follow the trend, I'm going to be right most of the time. You can see my results on Telegram. But if I'm going all in one trade because I want to win, to multiply my portfolio in 1 minute 10x, I'm going to be wrecked. And whenever what people told you that this can happen, it's lucky. Most of the time you're going to get wrecked and get bankruptcy. You need to manage your portfolio. That's why when you enter a trade, you need to consider if you are wrong and how wrong can you be. That's why I can follow the price I follow with the price even to 7,500. Enter a trade. Then was a one more trade that I can Unfortunately, I didn't get filled at $7,540 by $15, and now I'm in a very good position. Now I'm in a very good position. Now I can close my my trade now, and I got at 30% because I'm using 25x leverage. 30%, three sizes is almost one bet more. Again, 100% more again. You understand? Okay, so if you don't have any more questions, I hope you enjoy the live. I hope you use more the trend lines and supports and resistance, and I hope you enjoy trading. My The advice I do for myself is oscillator, for example, is very appealing because they are spectacular, the divergence, the fast movements with oscillators. But oscillators, RSI, stochastic, are very dangerous. So please don't forget the basics, the price action and the volume. It's better to use the price action and volume and not anything more, and no more things, than use the RSI and stochastic a lot. Why? As I always say, oscillators are leading indicators. If you used to enter a trade with oscillators, you are going to counter trend the most part of the trades, and you are going to get wrecked if you trade against the trend. Okay, so I happy new year, and I hope your wishes, your desires are going to be complete the next year. And please follow me at Twitter. I open the Twitter account. Please follow me on Twitch, where I'm going to do live trading with a small portfolio. I'm going to use Bitfinex and Bybit. I'm going to start trading on Bybit. I want to see how it's working. I know there's less liquidity than BitMEX. That things that scares me, but it's good enough. And I want to see if it's fast and safe, and the software is good. Okay, so thanks to being here, and see you on the channel on the social media. Okay, if you have any question, you know how to look for me. And bye bye.